All right, hello. Um, so a couple days ago, or yesterday or whatever, I did a 4 hour stream, and for the entirety of the stream, I was slugging. Now, I'm making this video here just to talk about like the direction of Dead by Daylight and why we should be concerned. I was truthfully very angry and fed up with the game during the stream, but I've calmed down, breathed a bit, and yeah, I can properly articulate my thoughts. So, I think this is gonna be an issue because slugging is just superior than hooking survivors in every way almost. You can make the argument, oh, you don't get pain res, you don't get like barbecue chili, all these perks have to do with putting survivors on hooks. The counter argument for that is Jolt is a pretty good perk. So is Knockout. And, this and that, this and that. Another very good plus is you don't have to waste time, carrying a survivor to a hook. Slugging counters comp corner. So it's like, oh yeah, I can't hook the survivor because they're way in the corner of the map and unlucky hook spawns. You don't gotta worry about that. You really don't gotta worry about that. If anything, down a survivor in the corner of the map hurts them more because knockout and mindbreaker. Aura blindness. So I'm not gonna go over all the examples on why I think slugging is superior, but it's going to be an issue. Well, it's already been an issue. People have been slugging pretty much since knockout was a thing. Oh shit. Gameplay in the background, right? But anyway, you can watch this game and you'll see. This is one of the games I played during the mentioned stream. So we're on Gideon's, which is a cock and ball torture map, but we have Jolt on Gideon's, or Surge rather, so we're fine. Anyway, I digress. It's going to become more popularized, and it's going to be the next hard to beat killer strategy, guaranteed. Because again, it's just constant chase. You down a survivor, you don't have to waste time hooking them. You don't make yourself vulnerable to flashlights, flashbangs, Sabo, altruism in general. You literally just down a survivor. Okay, it's on to the next one now. And I don't blame killers for wanting to resort to this because it's just BS. Naturally, the game isn't balanced around hooks, it's balanced around kills. If you make a game balanced around kills, then shit like this happens. Because they'll do whatever it takes to get a kill. Base camping, slugging, 3genning. I mean, I'm pretty sure behavior is going to look into this if it does become that big of an issue and nerf it. But what I'm saying is, sure, we can, nerf all the aids written toxic mechanics in the game for either side. But what happens if there's nothing left? You know what I mean? What happens if we don't have any options and we have to play around, trying to get hooks? But the thing is, you're not actually rewarded for getting hooks. What I mean by that is, you don't win games by going for hooks. You don't win games by going for chase. You win games by doing whatever necessary to slow down the game and kill the survivors as killer. So, again, this is going to be a huge pandemic in Dead by Daylight. I am calling this 100%. It's just mind-boggling to me because Dead by Daylight is a party game, right? Yeah, there's competitive aspects to it. It's behavior needs to pick a side. Either we balance this game out, take away all the busted shit, but we make it so you are actually rewarded for doing good plays, for winning the game, and not punished for winning the game. Or, we leave everything to be broken. Keep it a party game where there's so much broken stuff you can do. And it's fine because both sides have access to this broken BS. Like, I'm a killer player. I don't mind if I have to slug to win. I don't mind if I have to 3-gen. I don't mind if I have to camp because I just want to win. Both sides want this. I can't fault the enemy survivors for wanting to win. You know what I mean? It's just, again, by slugging, I deny so much of their value. Like, behavior will nerf slugging if it gets super bad, which I think it will. I definitely think it will, because even like true talent, someone who has a high influential following in the DBD space, is openly slugging very often in his games. People are gonna replicate that, obviously. Starva did videos on slugging. Dead Plays did a very mean Nemesis build, slugging Nemesis build, which I tried. I'm pretty sure a lot of other people tried as well. It's just a matter of time, dude. When killers realize, oh, if we just go for slugging every game, we'll win more. So, share behavior, you can nerf it, nerf knockout, nerf sloppy, nerf mindbreaker, surge. The concept of slugging, you can nerf, basic unbreakable, blah blah blah. But there needs to be a reward though. A reward for going for hooks. I don't want to say something as crazy as like old pain resonance, because that shit was kind of crazy. I had a field day when that shit was on release. But there just needs to be more reward for doing well as killer. It's like, odds are by the time you win your first chase, like before you even get a chance to hook them, one generator's done. That's 1/5 the survivor objective completed. By the time you've almost completed 1/12 of your objective. So that's a little silly in my opinion. I'm not gonna propose something as, boring as, just make gens do, like, just make it so gens take longer. No, like, I honestly think, and I've said this so many times before, we just need to rework the survivor objective. Like, I've played some survivor games, I'm not, again, I'm a killer main, right? But I played survivor, and what's more boring than just holding M1 on a generator? And at the same time though, you're encouraged to do this. If you play survivor as though you have eyeballs and you're looking at your screen, you can see, oh, my teammate's getting chased, let's do a generator. That's valid, but it's just boring. Like, standing in one place, just holding mouse 1. Honestly, behavior, just make it so, you have like a to-do list. Oh, I gotta get gas for a generator, or oh, I gotta get wires. Oh, I can hold M1 on gen for X amount of time. Just understand, the devs do work hard. I understand that. It's gonna be a major pain in the ass to rework all gen slowdown perks, all gen increase perks, whatever. But I think it'd be long. This is long overdue. I think it'd be worth it for a much healthier and more fun experience for both sides. But who knows? I'm just a dude on the internet. It's just, again, I can understand the frustration from both sides. It's just, we have to pick a side here, behavior. Like I said before, we either keep this a busted party game, keep adding fun, wacky, overpowered, cheesy strategies and perks and items and all that. Because if both sides have access to absolutely bonkers shit, then nothing is wrong, right? Nothing is wrong. The game is balanced with how imbalanced it is. If that makes sense. Or competitively balance this game. Because we have MMR. That's a competitive aspect to a lot of competitive video games. The game was obvious, like, I'm gonna say is way more fun before MMR. Sure, you might be like a lowbie, just new to the game, like randomly bump into like, I don't know, some 1k hour nurse, which sucks, right? That's one game. That's one game. Like, realistically speaking, I just don't like MMR. I'm tired of versing these survivors who have like these Swiss with like 1+k hours each of them. It just gets dull and annoying because you see the same shit over and over again, right? And again, this is why we slug. This is why we slug. We slug because we deny so much things from the survivor side that's just so strong, you know? And I think it's just a bit of a double standard, really. Because, like, everyone's okay with, corrupt intervention going down after you get it down. People are okay with Rune disappearing after you get a kill. People are fine with, getting constantly body blocked, or saboed, or flashlighted. And again, these are elements in the game. Do what it takes to win, right? Fair enough. It's just there's way more as the killer player that you have to play around than the survivor player. It's either like, oh yeah, I bring all my second chance perks like Deliverance, DS off the record, or with how I predict DBD will go, we bring all these anti-slugging perks. It's gonna be one or the other. And does anyone really want to be in like a save Dead by Daylight where if you don't bring this, you're fucked. If you don't bring this, you're fucked. I don't think so. I really don't think so. But it is what it is. I hope this opens your eyes. Please tell me in the comments, what do you think the state of Dead by Daylight is like right now? Do you think we're gonna be going to a full slugging meta? Are you fed up with the game? For me, I'll keep playing it, but I'm getting close to like just dropping it because sure, it's fun to get 4Ks. It's fun to like go for chase after chase after chase because you don't have to worry about background player or having to escort people to a hook. It's more fun for me. But again, though, I can realize how disheartening and how boring it is as a survivor side. I probably won't go on a huge slugging spree again, just because I don't know. I don't want people to flame me. I guess I don't know. Sure, I want to get a win, but it's like, bro, shit is literally wacky. Like, it's such cock and ball torture. I've actually had several people flame me during the stream because of what we were doing, and what, fair dinkum. But again, though, I think it's a double standard. I don't like off the record. I don't like DS. I don't like all these second chance perks because you got caught out and you misplayed. Like, it is what it is. And again, this goes back to the whole party game versus competitive game. I'm competitive. I don't care about busted stuff. I just want to be able to play the game and try to go for my 4Ks. It's up to behavior to decide if the experience is balanced or not. And I'm pretty sure there's a lot more people like me on both sides who will use whatever it takes to win. It's just right now, I'm going to say if the slugging thing gets out of hand, the game will be killer-sided. Absolutely killer-sided. The only thing that you can really do as a survivor is actually know how to play around it. A big tip for all you survivor players out there is if someone has this loadout of Sloppy Butcher, Mindbreaker, Knockout, and Surge, the best thing you can do to deny the value from those perks when they try to slug you is just hop in a locker. Literally just hop in a locker. Because they need to down you with an M1. And yeah, I've played a Freddy game where I was running that build. They kept running lockers, and because of that, I had 0 perk value from all of my perks, which is pretty big brain. I'm not gonna lie, like those survivors are kind of cracked. And another thing you can do is just bring good map offerings. Again, I cringe every time I hear this or talk about map offerings, but literally, there's nothing a killer can do about maps unless they bring the ward. But still, that's kind of a rarity, I feel like. And again, there's like also a lot of strong survivor-sided maps. Like the game, as you can see in the background, you hear crows and etc. Oh, There's nothing else I really need to say about this. The balls in your court behavior, and if you've actually stuck around long enough and you've been watching or watched till the end here, and I appreciate you. But yeah, be sure to tell me what you think about slugging and save Dead by Daylight and all that in the comments. I'm actually very curious about what conversation or what your thoughts are. Until next time, don't be a fool. Praise be cool. Thank you and good night. I'll see you in the next one.